How mean would that be? And be like, no, yes.
No, Mr. Steven.
Okay, now, looking at here, it's asking us something very simple. And the good thing about it is, if I were to give you something that doesn't cross at a good y-intercept, you couldn't give me the slope-intercept form of it. Okay, it'd be hard for you to give me that. Y equals mx plus b, you find the intercept, find the slope, plug that stuff in for me. This is doing a little bit different because I'm giving you good intersection values. Okay, the first thing that we got to be able to do is find good intersections. In this case, I'm giving you our starting point, which is red, and I'm giving you 3 or 4 other points that are also good values. Okay, we got to determine the slope. So for the slope of this one, how would I find it? For my red point. Let's start from our red point here. Down 2 over 1. And one thing that you guys want to realize is that the slope of this is always going to either go up or down, and then the bottom will always be left or right. So in this case that we're doing here, we went down 2 over 1, the rise over the run. Okay, so we got our good point there. That's what we want to be able to see. The second thing, okay, we want to determine good points. And I'm going to do just 2 of them, or I'll do 3 of them on this one, so you guys can see what I mean by this. Okay, I'm going to ask you for 3 intersection points. In this case, what is my starting value that I went to? What's my starting value? -4 and 3? +3, right? And give me another one. Let's just use this bottom point. Let's just use this bottom point again. The bottom one down here. -1, -1, -3. Okay, we'll just start out those 2 points. Okay, regardless of whichever one you use, you're giving me the same line. Okay, meaning the following. Let's say I found my slope to be m is equal to -2 over 1. And let's use my starting point. My starting point happened to be 4, 3. Okay, can you give me the equation for that in point slope form?
Yeah.
What would it be? Y is equal to? Y minus 3. Done. You've given me the equation with the line that goes through that point. Easy? But I could also give you the other one as well. Okay? If I'm asking you to use another point, give me the other point. The slope is still m is equal to what? -2 over 1? What's the other point that I can use? -1, -3. Give me the equation for it. Y plus is equal to -2 over 1. These two are the exact same line. Because we're able to find that the point still exists on the same line here. Because the way we have it graphed. If I ask you for both, yes. But essentially, I could use this point, I could use that point. Any point that gives me a good intersection will give me an equation that represents this line. I'm only just doing 2.
Oh.
You're only doing 2. You're not going to have to do all 5 of them. We're going to keep on doing more. We're not done. Okay? Is that hard or easy? Okay, we're still trying to figure it out. I like to hear that. Okay, here we go. What? It's okay. I'll give you the other ones. I'll give you the other ones to grab. Okay, this is just like kind of the intro. Okay, here we go. Let's do these 2. So try to copy those graphs down on your paper if you can. Give you guys about. So we're going to do 3 different points. I'll tell you, I'm going to wait for this one. So we'll say this point. I'll do it in 3 separate colors. So we go a little bit darker for this one. You guys okay? Two red? Well, which one? It's orange. I'm gonna show the equations of these separate points for those. Yeah. Don't freak out. We're okay with those. Okay. Can I begin? A little bit? No? Not yet? Oh, hold on. I'm gonna write 3 of them for this one. Just to show you. I want you to give me the line, but give me the graph. Sure. Okay. Here we go. Now, first thing I got to be able to do is find my slope. In this case, I'm giving you good points. So what is my slope between my red and blue point? How about that? I'm going to go what? Up to over 5, over 1. So 5 over 1. So my slope for this line would be m is equal to what? 2 over 1. Okay, 2 over 1. So once you find the slope, you're good to go. From this point, what I want you guys to be able to tell me is tell me my points from my red, blue, and orange one. What's my red point? -2, -3. What's my blue point? -1, -1. Then my orange. So we're given 3 different points on this, okay? So we have good intersection values. I'm not going to do this one. We could do this one. We're given a slope and we're given 3 different graphs or 3 different slopes, okay? I want you guys to write me the equations for those. And all you got to really do is we're going to do the red one first. So I know what the slope is on that line. So m is going to be equal to 2 over 1. What is the point of my red? -2, Can you write me the equation for my red one? What would it be? Beautiful. This is our equation of our first line. Okay, it's a line that goes to the points. -2, -3, and it follows that blue line. Okay, we're going to do the other 2 as well. Yes?
I have a question. So, how do you know which point to start?
I will tell. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as it's a point on the line. That's what we're trying to get at. On the homework, I will tell you use the furthest left starting point. Or I'll say, or it'll be really bold and it'll say use a starting point with use A as a starting point. I'll have A right next to the point. But it will always tell you. On today's homework, it's going to give you 2 points. And it's going to say, give me the equation of the line through those 2 points. So that's all you're going to do. Yes? Think about it, come back. Okay. My slope for my blue point is 2 over 1. What's my point for it? What's my equation? Beautiful. Question? It'll be very clear. It'll be very clear. Yep, it'll be very clear. Promise. Okay. What's my point for my yellow? Or yellow? Orange? Okay. 1 and 3. What's my equation for it? Y minus 3. Done. Okay. Each of these equations represent the same line. Technically, if we had a big enough graph, we can actually write out infinite numbers of solutions to this. It's the same line. We could, if we had a big enough graph. We can still do it. We can still do it every single time. Kind of crazy. Okay, let's do number 2, or the second problem over here. We're just going to write out 2 of them. So I'll do my red point. I'll do my blue point. So we'll do one. We'll do the one at the Y intersection right here. Oh, let's do the X one. The X one's good. Okay. First of all, we got to find our slope. What's my slope? 2 over. So my slope is 2 over 3. What's the point of my red point? -3, -4. We'll do my blue point as well. What's the point of my blue one? 3, 0. All I did is I found the slope, and I found the coordinate points of my points that are on the line. What's up? We're going to do our first one here. My slope is 2 over 3. What's the point for my red? So I have my slope, I have my point. Give me the equation. What would be the equation? Y plus 4. Done. Awesome. Awesome sauce. We could have wrote all 3 of them. I'm just going to do 2 for this one. Just 2. Promise. Oh, we're not done because I got to show you something else. We're not done yet. Okay, what's my slope for 2/3? What's my point that I'm going to use for my blue? 3, 0. What would be my equation? Y. Yeah, you can put Y because I'm going to put Y plus 0 just to hold the placeholder there. X what? I don't know. I don't know. You could. I'm just putting it there just so you can see where my zero is going in it. Yeah. I'm fine with that. If you just put Y is equal to 2/3 X parentheses, I'm fine with that. Questions? Hard or easy? Easy, right? A CSE? A CSE? Okay. Are we cool with that? Okay. Do me a favor and copy down this last part. Not this. That's another example that I was going to show, but you guys are good to go. Okay, copy down that. The last way I can give you it using point slope is given 2 points. Okay? When I've given you 2 points in the past, you've been asked to give me the slope of it, of the 2 points. But this time, we're going to be able to actually write a line that goes through those 2 points. Okay? And I'll show you what I mean. Do you need to put this? No. I'm just having it there to block it off and to kind of, you know, make it look nicer. You don't have to. You know my box is here? I am. It's up to you. I'm just trying to like separate my information for you so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, given 2 points, this is very straightforward as well. Okay, if I've already given you 1 point, right, if I just cover up one of them and I give you the slope of it, you'll be able to plug in the point, give you the slope. Right, so we just got to find the slope, use both points. Okay, so given the 2 slopes, we're going to find the slope between the 2 points. We're going to choose one of the points to plug into the point slope formula. In this case, I'm going to use both of them to show you that you can do both. Okay, today's homework, just do one of them. Okay, it's the first one I'm going to ask you to do. Okay, so doing this, our first one here, that goes through that point. So we're going to do slope. So m is equal to my y2 minus my y1. So 2 minus 4. It helps out if you have negative numbers. You have to know if it makes sense to you. Know. This is the second type of thing. I'll show you why. It's very simple. Once you get the slope, you already know how to find the slope of me, right? Okay. We're going to do 4 minus negative 2. So we're finding the slope of this. What is 2 minus 4? Negative 2. 4, I'm sorry? No, you can go the other way as well. It will give you the same thing as just your see back. Yeah, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Okay. The next one we're going to do here is we are going to 4 minus negative 2 is going to be keep change flip, which would make it 6. Can that be reduced? Negative 1. So my slope is negative 1 over 3. So I have a point and I have a slope. Can I use point slope? So the first pair that we're going to get here, I know what my slope is. M is going to be equal to negative 1 over 3. And I'm going to use my first point, which is negative 2, 4. I could have also used my second point here. My slope is still negative 1 over 3. My point that I can use is 4, 2. So we're going to go and write the equations for both of those. Today, you're just going to have to do one of them. So let's see. So when I plug it into point slope, it's going to be what? Y minus 4. Beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. Yes. I want you to do both right now for the homework. Yeah, you could. Okay. I'm only going to ask you just for the equation though today. So y minus 2 is equal to negative 1/3 x minus 4. Okay. So today you're just going to ask to do one. Just one of them. Okay. My next one, doing the same kind of thing. So if I find the slope, I can choose one of my points and plug it in. Okay, both of those are my answers. Okay. I'm going to go the other way just so I can show you. You guys can go whatever way you want. So my y's. So I'm going to go 4 minus 1 all over 3 minus 0. So it doesn't matter which way you go on this, as long as you're going in the same direction, you're subtracting them out. So what's 4 minus 1? 3 minus 0. 3 over 3? Uno. Either direction would work. Right? In this case, I went backwards. I went backwards for this one. But it doesn't matter. If it makes sense to you to go forward, to go and just do 3 minus 0, 4 minus 1. You can do it that way. I want to show you both ways well. Okay. My equation, m is equal to 1. My point that I'm going to use is 3, 4. What's my equation for it? Y minus 4. Beautiful. Ladies. My last one here, my slope is still 1. My coordinate point I'm going to use is 0, 1. What am I going to write? Y minus 1. X minus 0. I'm okay with that. Or plus. You can do that. You can also do, you can just simplify and distribute already. You can get y minus 1 is equal to just x. You get the same thing. Ready for your homework? Yay! Okay, hold on. Let me cancel this out.
Not